All right, guys. So, if the idea of selling $3,000 to $10,000 tax resolution packages makes you uncomfortable, then you're not bad at sales. Okay, you're probably just approaching it the wrong way. Now, in this video, I'm going to show enrolled agents how to offer high-ticket resolution work ethically, calmly, and without pressure or hype. Okay, and just disclaimer here: when I use AI in my practice, it's only drafting and organizing. Okay, I review everything and I remain fully responsible under Circular 230. Okay, so why does selling feel hard for enrolled agents? Most enrolled agents weren't trained to sell, and that's not a flaw. We were trained to be accurate, to be conservative, and to not overpromise. Okay, so when pricing goes up, the discomfort usually comes from one fear, and that is, what if I can't justify this? Right? And the solution isn't better sales tactics, it's better structure. And what I mean by that is that you have to reframe selling. Okay? You're not selling, you're clarifying. Okay? I'm going to repeat that twice. You're not selling, you're clarifying. Okay? Selling is the wrong frame to approach your work. Okay? Selling is persuading, selling is convincing and pushing onto the client. Okay? Versus clarifying. This is the correct frame. Clarifying is clarifying scope, okay? The scope of work, telling them what you're going to do. Clarifying is risk, okay? Telling them, being honest with the client and telling them the risk of doing this versus doing that, of not working with me versus working with me, okay? And the responsibility, letting the client know that you're responsible for them and the outcome, right? High-tech resolution packages sell themselves when the problem is serious, when the scope is clear, and the expectations are honest. Okay? Your job is to clarify to the client, not to convince them why they should work with you or why they pay you this retainer or whatever. Okay? Now, what makes a $3,000 to $10,000 package reasonable? Okay? I'm going to give you guys the components right here. All right, guys, so here are the components. Number one is going to be severity of the issue, right? Number one on that is levy risk, okay? Number two, is it going to be enforcement? Number three, multiple years. These are things that make selling a high ticket resolution package reasonable, okay? When the clients are coming with any of those three. Number two, the duration of responsibility. If it's months of work, right? Months of waiting for a result, right? That is months of work. That just because you're not doing something straight for a month does not mean that it's not on your mind, right? And you're not being responsible in those months, right? Number three is going to be cognitive and emotional load. Okay, client stress, IRS interaction already. Okay, these are things that make charging a high ticket resolution reasonable. Okay. Number four, professional responsibility. You're accountable. Your license is on the line here, right? Your name, most importantly. Clients aren't paying for forms, they're paying for relief and stewardship, and they're willing to pay high dollar for this. So do not feel guilty for charging. Okay? Now, what do you say instead of pitching, right? You say this, and I want you guys to copy and paste this, right? Based on what you've shown me, here's what the situation involves. And here's what I would be responsible for. And here's what this does not include. And here's the fee for handling this cleanly. Right? That's it. That's what I would say. So, honestly, that is why you guys cannot overcomplicate this. Okay? That's the fourth thing. Those are the four things I would say. Now, how do you present this package, right? This is the part that takes away the salesy aspect of things. Okay? Um what do you say instead of pitching them, right? No pressure, no urgency, no manipulation. You're not trying to do any of that. Clients are either feeling aligned with what you just told them or they don't. And if they don't, then they can move on, right? Now, what makes it feel salesy, my bad. Selling feels bad when the scope is vague, when you're not clear on here's what I would be responsible for. When you're not very clear on that and the scope is vague, then selling feels bad, okay? Because outcomes are implied almost. When you're not straightforward and outcomes are implied, then selling feels bad. Or when you try to over exaggerate fear and try to get them to emotionally buy with you, right? This is also where ethical risk lives, okay? So you need to be clear. You need to be clear. And the reason I say this is because clarity protects you, it protects the client, and it protects your license, right? This is why clarity is the best. Being honest is the best with the client. And that's what you have to do here. Instead of trying to pitch them and try to be salesy or whatever. No. Okay? You don't need to be like that. They already have the problem. They know that they need to come to you and that you can solve it. You need to be clear and straight up with them because that's what they're going to appreciate. And that's what they need from you in that moment of stress. They respond well to an enrolled agent, to a professional who is calm under pressure, who is grounded. Okay? So, where does AI support you in this? Well, AI can help you with drafting clear explanations, right? It can help you with organizing your scope of documents, and it can help you reducing your mental load before any calls, okay? It never sets pricing, okay? It never promises outcomes or it doesn't replace your judgment. Okay, you under Circular 230, you're the one who has to do all of this, okay? So, all right, guys, I don't want to keep you guys distracted with the notes from above, but why do clients say yes? Okay, clients say yes to high ticket work when they feel, number one, heard. Okay, number two is when they feel understood. Number three is when they feel not rushed into making a financial decision with you. They already feel rushed by the IRS, by the way. Okay. And the bigger the price tag, the more value they see in your work. Okay. And I know that's hard to comprehend sometimes, but that's the truth. And that's how humans operate, right? They want you to be calm, right? Calm confidence converts better than persuasion ever will, than being salesy, than being snakish, than trying to over exaggerate fear so that they stay with you, okay? So if your selling feels uncomfortable, that's usually a sign that your processes need tightening. Okay, not that your prices are wrong necessarily. Okay, high ticket enrolled agent work isn't about pressure. It's about responsibility and taking that responsibility from your client onto your shoulders, and that's why you're getting paid. Okay, so if you're an enrolled agent who wants to earn more without compromising ethics or integrity, then subscribe. And this channel is about building your confidence. Okay, it's not about gimmicks. It's just about straightforward, pragmatic, practical advice for you to be a better enrolled agent and to have a better line of work. So we'll see you guys on the next one.